welcome back to another Friday reviews, Friday film review. Yep, that's right, it's Friday reviews again, and today I'm going to be talking about a movie which I picked up this week on Monday Movie Hunting, and that is Everest 3D. I was really looking forward to this movie for a number of reasons. I thought the concept was really interesting. It's based on a true story about a group of climbers who climbed Everest in 1996. That's what I want to say, but it doesn't say on the back. And you know, sometimes dates a little bit hazy. Dates and names not good, but 1996 around about. You know, so it's based on this true story, and I always enjoy true story movies. And obviously they're climbing Everest, which is like a really big thing to do. And the movie just looks really. I thought it just looked really spectacular. Like I knew it was going to look great on Blu-ray and in 3D. And firstly, I will mention the 3D. I don't think there's too much to mention with it. So I kind of just brush over it, but the 3D was great. I did really enjoy watching it in 3D. The snow kind of wisped around, and I think it is worthwhile watching it in 3D, but it didn't blow me away, the 3D, which I was expecting a little bit more with this movie, but some of the cinematography in this movie is fantastic, so the 3D definitely added to it. There definitely was a lot of depth, and a lot of snow kind of circulating around, so I definitely think if you have a 3D TV and you enjoy collecting 3D Blu-rays, this definitely is one for the collection. It definitely added more to it, kind of more suspense, more cold. I felt really cold watching this movie because obviously, it's a very cold movie. And yeah, so the 3D was good. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything too much to rave about, if that makes sense. But yes, now for the overall movie. I didn't quite know what to expect from this one, apart from I knew it was based on a true story. I didn't actually know the true story myself, and I knew that it had quite a big cast. Now, I thought kind of the main, I don't know, I thought the main guy was going to be Jake Gyllenhaal, actually, because he's kind of the main focus on the back here. Like, look, Jake Gyllenhaal is right there. You can tell that's his face. You can't really tell the other guy's face, which is this guy, who's actually the main guy. He's kind of very small and he's in the snow. Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't in this as much as I expected him to be, and I feel like that threw me off a little bit. But not only that, but I feel like he kind of felt like, this is my only kind of gripe about the movie, so I'm going to get it over with now. And that might just be because I've only watched it once and I need to kind of pay more attention. But Jake Gyllenhaal's character, I feel like he was playing an important role, and it wasn't the main role, which I'm fine with. I don't think he should get the main role because he's one of the biggest actors in the movie. I don't think that's how it should be, but I'm just saying, like, because he's very noticeable on the back, and, he's advertisedly noticeable in this movie. And his character was interesting, and I could tell he had a story, but they didn't go into depth about his story or anything about him in the movie, whereas I felt like that was really disappointing because I could tell there was something about him that was maybe off or different, and I wanted to know more about that, and they didn't go into it at all. And I kind of felt a little bit confused, and like it didn't tie up a loose end there. This movie definitely left me with a few loose ends that I felt like weren't quite as tied up as I would wanted them to be, which kind of was the only problem I had with it. Now, for the overall movie, I thought the story was great. And secondly, sorry to get the bad things over, I felt like sometimes the pacing was a little bit weird, but not massively, just a little bit in a few bits, but obviously I can't tell you all the bits because I give away some of the movie. Okay, now for all the good stuff. It looked fantastic. The acting was brilliant. Some of the characters in this movie were fantastic. My favourite, I think, was Beck. I don't know who he's played by. He's on the back here. I don't know his name, but he was fantastic. I loved him. His character was brilliant. There was also, I think, the only woman. There was a woman climbing Everest in this group, and I think she was the only woman in the group. So if you've seen the movie, you know who I mean. So the only female climber. I really liked her kind of backstory. It wasn't too detailed, but it was just enough to really kind of root for her and want her to do well, and you just kind of felt for her. Doug was another character that I really liked, and kind of you got to know him and his story. And the main guy, Rob, is the main guy. He was kind of leading the pack along with Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know why I'm calling it pack. It's not a pack, it's a team. He was leading the team up Everest, and I kind of really got to know his story. He was with Keira Knightley, and they had a whole story, and I thought it was a really beautiful story. And obviously, like I say, it's a true story. And I really liked his story. I thought movies like this are important to get to know the characters and be able to feel for the characters and I really enjoyed seeing their journey and how it had ups and downs and all the good stuff. You know, I don't want to ruin the end or ruin any bits. It's kind of hard to, you know, to say too much. But overall, I enjoyed the movie and I would give it 4. Now, I expected to give the movie more, but like I said, it did have a few problems just with, I don't know if it was just me being confused. I watched it, you know, kind of late at night. Maybe if I watched it again, I'd see things more clearly. I definitely do want to watch it again. It's definitely a movie that's left me thinking, and it probably won't leave my mind for a while. This scene on the front here was a really intense scene, but it was very early on in the movie, and there wasn't, I would say there's not too many scenes like that, but that's not true. There's definitely very many, you know what I mean. There's a lot of heartfelt scenes that kind of feel as intense as this, but as for how intense I felt with this bit, wasn't, that kind of didn't happen as much again, which I expected it to. I expected to be more on the edge of my seat with this movie, and I kind of wasn't. But definitely loved getting to know the characters, and I think something that I really enjoyed doing was when I finished this movie, I watched the special features, and you kind of got to see the real people and their real stories, and that was just incredible. I loved seeing, like, especially Keira Knightley's character. She didn't climb the mountain, she's married to Rob, and I get to see her character for real life. I really loved hearing her story. And Helen, who's at base camp, I really liked her character. She was great, and she is, you know, in the you know, she talks as well, and there's, you know, some of the other people in the movie, I don't want to tell you who and what, because again, I don't want to give things away, but I really enjoyed that. Special features are brilliant. If you have this movie, definitely check them out. My favourite special features were actually the ones that are also on the DVD, the bonus features: Race to the Summit, The Making of Everest, and Aspiring to Authenticity, The Real Story. The Blu-ray exclusives I also enjoyed, but I definitely enjoyed the other two more. So if you've got the DVD, the Blu-ray, whatever, just check out the special features. I definitely think it'll make the movie kind of more, I don't know, it just kind of meant more to me after I watched that. But still, I would give it 4, but I would watch it again. But yes, let me know down in the comments below if you have seen Everest. What did you think of it? Kind of, what did you think of certain bits? I obviously don't give too much away, but Jake Gyllenhaal and all that, do you have any kind of light behind that? I know people sometimes maybe watch movies in more depth than I do, so you might kind of have got more from understanding of his character than I did. I'd definitely like to know kind of your thoughts on that. Let me know down in the comments below what you would give it, and if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend you check it out if you're interested in it, but I wouldn't kind of really rush to do it. I'd maybe wait for it to drop a little bit, but it's definitely an enjoyable, intense, heartfelt, inspiring movie, and I did really enjoy it, and like I say, 4 stars is a good rating. But yeah, until then guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching Friday Reviews, and I'll see you then. Goodbye!